I wanted to say, first of all, a few words about why organise a training on the subject of migration, environment, climate change, and this word adaptation. I think it's important to keep in mind that over the last 5 years, there has been an explosion of interest in the subject of migration and the environment. Between 1990 and 2007, there were something like 220 reports on migration and the environment. In the last 5 years, we have seen more than 350 reports published. We felt that there was a need to bring people together from different countries, from different ministries, because this is a cross-cutting issue that affects migration, development, the environment, disaster risk reduction. And we felt that there was great merit in bringing you all here together to try and develop a training course, the first training course in this region on this subject.
The migration, environment and climate change training we just organized here in Seoul has the first objective to build a common language, to build a common understanding and maybe create a community on a very complex and diverse issue, which is migration, climate change, and the environment. So we bring together people who are climate specialists and migration specialists. And the challenge is that they need to understand each other. And the objective is to build capacities at national level and also at regional level to address migration in the context of climate change.
There's still a lot of confusion on whether the climate change and migration nexus. People are very confused about the terminology. There is no set agreement on if you should call them migrants or if you can call them climate refugees, which is one of the terminologies that is used often, but it's misleading. And so we organized this first training for policymakers so that they would have a clear idea on what climate change and migration is, how it's related, and what they need to do, what they need to know to formulate policies that can lead to better planning for migration in the future.
So the people at the workshop actually come from a wide range of different backgrounds in different government ministries and from different countries. And I think one of the critical things that I hope they can take away from the modules is that you can't actually deal with the relationships between environmental change and migration from a single perspective. You can't simply focus on what a particular ministry or government department does. You have to think across departments. And as a result of that, what I hope they've got from the modules is that you can't work in isolation. You've got to share experiences, and you've also got to share actions across departments as well.
This training definitely would help us understand the reality of climate change, of the reality of migration, the reality of displaced persons, and that too in the reality of different landscape of the world. So sharing knowledge with all other participants, with all of the policymakers here would definitely help us frame our own position to take a stance about what should be done to address this challenge.
I think also that what is great in this training is that we brought, I think, 16 different countries talking about how climate change affects people's mobility and how the way people move also has an impact on the environment. And also what matters, I think, for the International Organization for Migration, it's to provide capacities, but also to create a community and a network through the Asia Pacific Migration and Environment Network.